And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the remainder here of Group D. We are halfway through the group stage, or halfway through Group D, I should emphasize, and we are jumping into our TVP. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the Italian Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Streamer Zone. It is BabyMarine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. Finally, we're able to feature Harstem for the first time tonight. The captain is here. He is ready to go, and so far he's had a bit of a harder time in the group stage, but it's still early on in the groups. We still have 3 rounds left, and we'll see if he can advance on, if he can make his way through the groups here into the upper echelons of the players in Group D. We'll see. As BabyMarine, he does move out, going for the initial single gas opener. And with this SCV, he can go for the eBay block. Yeah, he's going for the eBay. SCV will slip in, and we'll see how much progression he can get going with this engineering bay, as it is thrown down. Now, the way this works, of course, is ideally BabyMarine, he wants to pull out just before the eBay is done. Harstem, he will check the low ground, and he will get eyes on the would-be eBay block. And he responds. He responds with 3 more probes. So far, so good. BabyMarine forcing a reaction, forcing delayed mining. eBay gets around 70% of the way done. Oh! You can see the SCV trying to come in, but is zoned away. Gonna be zoned back. Another probe comes down, and Harstem will eventually expand. Behind this, BabyMarine going for his follow-up factory. Again, he cannot afford a CC because of the eBay. He has to wait for the cancel. And BabyMarine, he's not done. Also, before I forget, Gamba time. Gamba time. Let's go. Predictions are open. Place your bets in the chat for how you think this series will unfold, as the SCV does skirt around the edge of the map. The factory is almost done, and once it finishes, I'll be going for a proxy starport. My eyes are on BabyMarine. Are we going for the proxy? Yeah, it's tempting. He's tempted. He's tempted to go for it. But now reactors on the way into an add-on swap, I would imagine, into Hellions, into proxy medevac. Yeah, let's go. There's the add-on swap. Starport's on the way. And I would imagine proxy medevac as well. Now, this could be one of 2 things. I know that I'm talking about the medevac, and we could be seeing a Hellion drop into the main. Otherwise, this could be a Hellion aggression into the natural and proxy liberator instead into the main base. So we could see a multi-pronged aggression or one committed drop. One or the other. So we'll see which one BabyMarine does go for, as Hellions are amassing. Hellions are building up. Oh, a dev shades in. Big moment here for Harstem. Shades into the main base. He sees that the starport is missing, and he should be aware that something is wrong, that something is amiss. If there's no starport, there should be a CC, and there's none. So there's a high chance that there is a proxy. Behind this is going to be a Twilight Council opener into Blink. Army setting up. Harstem getting ready to wall off. Goes for the hallucination. Going for the scout. Meanwhile, we have the answer. It's not going to be liberated. It's going to be the medevac. Hallucination will get eyes on the Hellions just barely. Does spot them. Doesn't chase them though. Oh, there we go. Does confirm. The proxy is spotted. Medevac into the main. And Harstem, he has time to respond. And the army does rotate 2 Hellions into the main base. They can delay some mining time and not much more. He wants those probes. Oh, takes a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. Heads towards the natural. And does get any worker damage. Yeah, not a single probe goes down. Hellions, they're coming from behind the force field. Oh my god, they do collapse here in the natural. Finally, we get 2 probes. 2 probes to 2 Hellions. Still not quite worth it though for the Terran, as he barely does escape. Ooh, and so far, better defense for Harstem. Does hold. There was some lost mining time, true. I mean, some mining time was lost, but outside of that, strong defense here from the Protoss, working into Blink. Blink is on the way. Back at home, BabyMarine just now getting to his CC, is quite far behind when it comes to his natural base timing, now expanding. Getting into his 2-1-1 tank production. So again, all in all, really good scouting here by Harstem, with the adept into the main earlier, followed by the hallucination. And now he does gain map control. So far, just working with 2 gateways, I believe. No, sorry, 3 gates. Never mind. 3 gate blink into a 3rd. So Harstem just moving out with some map control, or gaining map control, containing the Terran. Hoping to catch the Cyclone. We'll get it. Yeah, massive pickoff. Cyclone goes down. Does catch the Cyclone. Cannot push into the natural though. Harstem pulls back, going for the starport, and may even get a kill. It looks like he will. Tank is getting within range. Up. Tank shot goes up. Starport is so low, but it barely does catch fire, but is saved. It's going to be saved. Medevac gets topped up, moves out towards the south. Is spotted by Harstem. Up. And barely doesn't get there in time. But there are stalkers in the main. So Harstem is safe and secure. He defends. And he gets his third. Third base getting up and running. Third Rags has arrived. BabyMarine, he attempts to move out, but once again he gets caught out. Nice force field. And the push is delayed. As BabyMarine is trying to get his main base back under control. Getting it back up and running. Getting into stim, getting into combat shields. And now we can enter the mid game. We're settling in. When it comes to BabyMarine, he does have potential to try to go for something like a 2-base all-in, but we'll keep an eye on him to see if he does commit. Still moving out with 3 tanks. Bold move. Does get surrounded, almost. Harstem coming in from both angles. Delays the move out. Will delay the push. Remember, there is no sim. The power in this army is really in the tanks more than anything. Stalkers, they catch reinforcements, they pick up a medevac. And massive pick up here for Harstem. Even catching more Marines. BabyMarine is bleeding out too much. Harstem getting ready for a surround. The base is taking a lot of damage though. Harstem, there we go. He does pull the trigger. Base is getting low, dives on top of the tanks. He gets 1, he gets 2. 2 tanks go down, can he get 3? Yeah, he barely does. Takes down the 3rd tank, going for the medevac. And Harstem holds. Harstem, he holds, does cost him 7 pros, but still up in workers, up in economy, and ahead in bases. Does hold. BabyMarine, he has potential with the drop as Stim is just now finishing. But Harstem does leave some stalkers patrolling. He's ready. He's ready for the drop. Moving out. Now, Harstem doesn't need to push into this. He just has to contain. That's his win condition. Just contain the Terran. Tempted to go into the main. Spots the 3rd base. It's attempting. He's going for it. Yeah, dives on the 3rd base. Forces to cancel. BabyMarine out of position. Rotating over. And this is getting out of hand. Gets a Marauder, gets 1, gets 2. 2 Marauders go down, massive pickups. From here, Harstem can always recall. BabyMarine trying to set up a surround. Oh! Trying to catch the army. Harstem, he doesn't fall for the bait. Goes further back into the main, gets another Marauder. Up! The Might Shot! Might Shot goes up. And then he's forced to recall. Decent pickups towards the end. BabyMarine, he does pick up how many Stalkers? 6. 6 Stalkers, not bad. 6 Stalkers do go down, but he was hoping for more. Bearing in mind as well, he lost 3 Marauders, 2 medevacs as well. And he pulls the boys. I mean, what else can we do? Remember, the 3rd base was cancelled. There is no 3rd. It's all or nothing for BabyMarine. He cannot macro out of this. Now, what's scary though is that Harstem hasn't seen this. He hasn't seen the all-in until now. Yeah, storm. Oh, Prism goes down. No storms. That was 3 High Templar. BabyMarine, he can pull this off. He can do this. The Mind Shots. Ooh, massive connections. 3 more mines left. And he's going for the kill. He's going for the 3rd. Base is almost dead. There's 1 shield battery. He has to evacuate. He has to pull away. No storms. And without storm, BabyMarine, he might do this. He might just snowball out of control. Again, 1 mistake, 1 slip up. That can cost you the game. And losing 3 High Templar, I mean, that was huge. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going, Bob. Oh my god, that was a brutal blink. Blinks into the minefield. BabyMarine going for the 4th. He's crazy. He's going back home. He's mining again. He's pulling back to his natural. But I feel like BabyMarine, he can just go for the natural himself. Now it might just be too late. Now Harstem, he has Storm. He has 1 Storm ready. BabyMarine, he respects it. Oh! Going for the High Templar. Gets the High Templar as well. Massive snipe, but there's 2 more storms. Still 2 more storms remaining. Nice blitz. Nice spread. Oh god, I spoke too soon. Oh god. Takes storm to the face, it doesn't matter. He sims in and he wins. He breaks on through. GG gets called, and BabyMarine takes game number 1. GG, the comeback, papi. Oh my god. Things were looking dire. Things looking very dire there for BabyMarine. He was forced into an all-in. He had lost his 3rd base. He had lost workers. He had lost tanks. Things were looking bleak for the Terran. But alas, he brought it back. Oh. As I quickly have to set up for the next game. 1 moment. Un momento. Don't want to hold up the players. Don't want to hold them up. But with that, GG well played. BabyMarine does take a lead in the series. And again, a lot of it did come down to the storms, right? If you remember, the Prism with 3 High Templar full of energy, that was 3 storms for Harstem. He got caught out. He got sniped. Suddenly, no more storms, no more splash damage. I mean, that was almost game then and there. That was brutal. And now we're getting into game number 2. Whew, okay. And suddenly, BabyMarine, he's 1 game away from taking the entire series. Onomas, 1 more game is all he needs. Can he pull it off? Can he pull it off? Let's go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the Italian Terran player, the Red Terran representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 1-0. It is BabyMarine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player from Land of the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion. Down in this series, can he force an ace match? He has to. He has to take this game here and now to force the ace match. It is Harstem. Let's go. Whew. Oh my god. So just take a breath after a very intense game 1. And we settle into Frostline. Frostline, of course, being the largest maps amongst the new maps in the map pool. I should emphasize that. This is still smaller than Abyssal, smaller than Neon Violet Square, and smaller than King's Cove. But amongst all the modern maps, is the largest. Has a lot of wide open spaces. It has some very spread out bases as well. When it comes to the 3rd, when it comes to the 4th, you become very spread out. So it can be quite difficult to keep up with army rotations in a longer later game. In a longer late game even. But we'll see what kind of openers we go for. This time, no eBay block. The Rush Distance by ground is a little bit longer on this map, so makes sense. There's no eBay block whatsoever. Not this time. BabyMarine going to be opening up double gas. Interesting. Okay, double gas opener out of the Terran. This is leading into a faster factory, into a more delayed CC. This can lead into a couple different things. This can lead into a Widowmine drop, can lead into an early tank push. This can lead into Banshee play as well. BabyMarine, he has options. Does have a lot of tech options available here. I should still expand, don't get me wrong, but following this, we can get into a faster starport. So we'll see where BabyMarine does take us. Back at home, yet to embrace our tech. Because we're in a bit of a larger map, going into a Stargate opener into Phoenixes is viable on a map as large as Frostline. So we'll see if Harstem goes for it or if he just plays safe. Again, typically Blink-based openers are a safer way to play. We'll see what he goes for. For now, Reaper moves out, heads towards the natural, and there it is, a Twilight Council. So again, just really safe opener here, assuming we go into 2 or 3 gate Blink from Harstem. We keep an eye on the gateway counts. Likewise, BabyMarine has yet to confirm what's going on. Oh. Keeping the reactor on the racks, actually going reactor to Reaper Hellion. Okay. A much more assertive start. Now the goal here is to mass up a second wave of Reaper Hellion, and with this, get into a mineral line. Ideally, get into a mineral line and kill probes. We'll see if we can get there. Starport's on the way. Of course, CC on the low ground. We're settling in. And we are going to be getting up to triple Reaper. We're not going up to 5, though. There was potential to go up to 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions, but it's only going to be 3. So not too much of a commitment here from BabyMarine. I mean, still ideally you want to get some economic damage with this because it is an investment nonetheless. But could have been a larger investment. As BabyMarine, he does move out, and again his goal here is to get into a mineral line if at all possible. Gets a probe, tries to rush past, goes for the mineral line, gets 3 workers so far, gets 4, can he get 5? Can he get 6? Oh, this is adding up. 7 probes go down, and the Hellion escapes. Oh, I spoke too soon. Almost escaped, but did stick around a little bit too much longer there, but at least the Reapers do get away, and so far that was a worthwhile trade for the Terran. That was what? That was 2 Hellions for 7 probes. Well worth it. Ooh, second Reaper goes down though, and BabyMarine is going to bleed out some units. Some rough losses for the Terran. Second Reaper falls. More importantly, BabyMarine, he did not get into the main. He doesn't know the tech, doesn't know how many gateways there are. So nice cleanup here by Harstem. Very nice cleanup. We'll move out, and we can see the follow-up. Remember, when we spoke about this, about the double gas opener, it can lead into either Widowmine drops, can lead into Cyclones, lead into early tanks, lead into Banshees, and there it is, Cloak Banshee. Reaper dives in, confirms the Stalkers, it must be Blink. Likewise, Harstem does hit the natural. Marines will force us back. More importantly, the main base hasn't been scouted. Harstem, he has not gone into the main. Not yet. Tank will siege. Nice pickles here on the Marines. But I'm a little bit concerned here. There is a robo. Observers on the way. Thankfully, there will be some detection. First observers across the map. Second one's about to move out back at home. But the Stalkers are otherwise distracted. And the Banshee is making its way for the mineral line. He's sending it, Pap. He's moving over. Harstem taking a third. And she's diving into the natural, but it looks like Harstem, yeah, he's ready for this. He has detection. He has some Stalkers. He will defend. Only 1 probe goes down. And again, if Harstem was out of position, this can very quickly get out of control. Speaking of, observers trying to keep up. Stalkers into the main. Yeah, they go for the dive. They get 2 SCVs. BabyMarine now out of position. Terran player rotating over. Leading out 5 SCVs. Nice counterattack here by Harstem. He gets 5 workers. He wants more. Oh. As BabyMarine has yet to throw down a 3rd CC. No 3rd base yet. 1 eBay. Working on Stim, working on +1. Bleeding out a lot actually to these Stalkers. And the more SCVs that BabyMarine loses, the more I believe it's going to be a 2-way soul in. Stalkers, they go for the dive. Up! Do we repair in time? We do. And the tank is saved. And the Terran player should just be waiting for his upgrades before pulling the trigger. Oh, 3rd CC. Never mind. He's expanding. He's going to be expanding. Banshee across the map. Gets a couple of probes. 3 workers go down. Oh. Getting almost 4. 3 probes for Banshee. Not an ideal trade here for the Terran. Another Banshee into the main also goes down. Harstem, he's all over this. Shuts down the Banshees, takes his 3rd, takes an economic lead. And from here is working towards his splash damage. What's it going to be? Colossus. Well, we have a bay. Should be for Colossus production. He's getting there. From the side of the Terran, we didn't quite get the opener we were hoping for. Didn't quite do enough damage on the Banshees. Can now be active with these tanks and with the Spire. He's expanding behind us. And the move out is spotted by the observer. Harstem knows. Harstem is going to try and slow this down. Ideally, bait out a Stim. Force a siege. Gets a Marine. Oh. Gets 1. Going for the Marauder. Gets a Marauder as well. And a Widowmine. And oh, the movement! No! Oh my god! Harstem! Oh god, as he does movement into the army and he bleeds out most of his forces. Oh yes, he's down to 3 Stalkers. Down to 3. No splash damage, not yet. Colossus on the way. Oh, no. Oh, God. So I was caught off guard. As Harstem, he's in a bit of trouble here. That was not worth it. Does have charge. Plenty of zealots, thankfully. Oh, the nice force fields. Oh, my God. Mine just going up. Very nice connections. Harstem, he's holding on. The force fields were clutch. Very clutch. Zealot's coming from behind, coming for the surround. And BabyMarine, he needs his reinforcements. It's coming in. Harstem, he can still pull this off. Okay, he dives on the army. Mine's just getting baited out. Zealot's coming in from behind, and Harstem holds. Harstem, he shuts this down. He does hold on. He survives. We're okay, Pappy. We're okay. Oh my God. Who needs stalkers? Who needs them? Just charge the spot. True, true. Harstem holds. BabyMarine scanning, looking for a fourth. We're on even bases, even SCV counts. BabyMarine does have an economic advantage, but he did lead out most of his army. Has to back up. Okay, calm down. Hi, hi, hi. As we calm things down, Harstem now taking a fourth. Likewise, so is BabyMarine. Fourth CC is on the way. And again, because the map is so large, I mean, Harstem is deterred to really go for a counterattack. At least not right after the fight. But now he's up to 2 Colossus. I mean, this is a pretty hefty army. He can move out. Let's go. Ghosts have arrived. EMP is going to be available. Army gets spotted. Scan reveals a Colossus. Bold move. BabyMarine going for a drop at the same time. Oh! Gets spotted. Spotted by the army. Zealots to hit the third. BabyMarine out of position. The SCVs are not quite going to go down though. Harstem pulls away. Doesn't risk it. Pulls back. Ensuring there is no fourth base. Pokes forward. Setting up another Zealot run by. This time, BabyMarine, he's ready for it. Shuts down the Zealots. Both of them, actually. Zealots go down, but here comes the main army. Goes straight for the third. Third base under fire. Force fields the entire area. Oh my God, just looks down the army. BabyMarine, he just cannot engage. Massive force fields. Oh my God. Gets completely shut down. That's 17 SCV kills, most of the army as well. And BabyMarine, he just can't engage. Not anymore. Yeah, third base is going to fall. The boys are being pulled in. More SCV's falling. And Harstem, he's in the driver's seat. This time, there's no throwing that away. Not this time. GG gets called, and Harstem, he does take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Let's go. We're going to the ace match. Despite that, there was still some tense moments, don't get me wrong. Still quite back and forth. But GG, well played. We're going all the way to game 3. That is all I ever ask for. A back and forth. So we're getting into the ace match. Yeah, getting into the ace match here. And we'll see how this story ends. As game 3 is going to be on El Dorado of all maps. Oh boy, I'm not ready for this. For the first time tonight, it's going to be loading into El Dorado. One of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. We rarely see it. We go. So we Getting into game 3. Eldorado, of course, has... I mean, there's a lot of features to it. There's a lot going on that map. Short rush distance by air, short by ground. Likewise, we have these southern bases you can expand to, with gold bases as well. There's a lot to embrace. But here we go. We're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Eldorado, we have the red Protoss player from the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion, bringing us to the ace match. Can he keep up that momentum? Can he keep it going? Can he close it out? It is Harstem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Streamer Zone. Can he bring it back? Being forced into the ace match, can he bring it himself home? It is BabyMarine. Can he cause an upset? That's maybe the better way to put it, because Harstem is coming in as one of the favorite players to potentially make it out. Of course, a big fan base, one of the fan favorites, has been around for a very, very long time, even in Warcraft 3 before SE2. But clearly, BabyMarine, he can pose a threat. Can threaten Harstem. We'll see how this story ends. For now, one gas. For now, single gas opener. BabyMarine going for a Rax expand. Let's go. For the first time this series. If you remember, game 1 was an eBay block. Game 2 was double gas into Reactor to Reaper Hellion into Banshee. Here in game 3, faster CC. So more economic here by our Italian Terran. You know, Harstem going for the gates into Nexus before Cybercore. Okay. Harstem cutting his own corners. Let's go. Harstem being slightly more economic, slightly more greedy. Likewise, CC is on the low grounds. BabyMarine skipping his Marine Scout, skipping his SCV Scout, what I meant to say. Going Marine first, no Reaper. And we'll shut the probe down. Nicely done. So BabyMarine, he's playing quite greedy here. It isn't just an economic opener, but also zero scouting. No SCV Scouts, no Reaper Scout, no nothing. Not really concerned with what Harstem is up to. And we'll see if he gets punished for it. For now, just looking for any straight proxy. Make sure there's no gateway. Harstem back at home, going for a sec of choice, going for the Stargate. Okay, interesting. This is the map that he opts to go for a Stargate. I mean, on the one hand, it makes sense. If he does recognize that it's going to be a Marine first opener and a CC on the low ground, he knows that he should be safe from any prying eyes of the Terran, which means it's unlikely that BabyMarine would go for any kind of committed move out. So he's decided it's going to be safe to go for a Stargate into Phoenix. I would assume Phoenixes. In general, Stargate play can be quite vulnerable, especially early on, to tank pushes, to early aggression. But again, that's only if BabyMarine were to be aggressive. As he's getting into his 1-1-1. Reactor to Hellion production. Phoenixes are amassing. And Phoenixes, they can keep you safe against drop play. Of course, pick off key units. And eventually, ideally, lead into Colossus production. I mean, Phoenix Colossus was the meta for a very long time. Nowadays, less so. Nowadays, it is a little bit more rare. I mean, in general, a lot of the top Terran players have just become that much more aggressive. I'm referring to Maru, Bjorn, Clem as well, Oliveira. So it can be difficult to get away with this. But now, though, settling in. BabyMarine going for his Mind Drop. Very committed with a Mind Drop as well. For Widow Mines, we saw this against Fort Jumi, if you recall. Very committed. Meanwhile, the Phoenixes are on patrol, and they will come across this. Oh, will they? Barely not. Oh my god, he threads the needle. Oh, he gets in. Does boost in. Goes to the mineral line. Hellions, they dive in as well. Probes are lining up. Oh, but the Widow Mines, they are picked up just in time. They're trying to waddle in. Overall, though, a nice cleanup here from Harstem. Takes the mine to the face, but cleans up the Hellions and the Widow Mines. Whew. Will it clean this up? The medevac will barely try to escape, but Harstem is on the hunt. He knows it's somewhere out here, is looking for it. And it looks like he will find it. Yeah, just barely. Oh, there is a boost available. Up! Can he get away? Ah, no, not quite. Not quite. Medevac goes down. Nice lead up here by Harstem. Stronger start for the Protoss. Gets a Marine. Gets the hell out of there. And now BabyMarine, he's stuck at home. He's going to be stuck at home, building up on 2 bases. Getting into Vikings, Cyclones. Stim is now on the way. And this is a rough game state for the Terran. 3 more SCVs. And he's contained. Behind this, Harstem, he can just be greedy. Taking his 3rd, probing up. Scanner reveals saturation at the 3rd base as well. And Harstem, he's not going into Colossus, he's going into Charge instead. Bold move. So instead of Phoenix Colossus, it's going to be Phoenix Chargelots, as that is a lot of gateways on the way. The gateway explosion is upon us, +1 armor as well. For those that are curious, +1 armor has more value for Zealots just because, I mean, that much more armor means they can actually survive and get on top of the army in time with their charge. It's a similar dynamic with Ling Bane, where Carapace is more valuable than melee. As it does increase the survivability here for the units to actually get on top of the army. Likewise, of course, each armor value is applied to each Marine shot. It all adds up. As the 3rd base is spotted. Big scout here for Harstem. Does spot the 3rd. Now he knows there's no 2 base all in. Takes the 4th. Takes the 4th base back at home. Knows he's safe and sound. As BabyMarine is macroing up. Looks like he's going to be expanding towards the south. Let's go. Something I didn't get to talk about, of course, there are the gold bases. 2 gold bases in the center and 1 gold base towards the south. Let's head over. Likewise, Bay is now on the way. I think we're up to, like, what, 8 gateways? Yeah. 8 gateways into a Bay, into Colossus. Again, Harstem looking quite comfortable so far. BabyMarine, he will finally break out, finally expand. Again, Harstem, he has so much map control. He's got the Zelnagas, he's already mined through the center. Phoenix dip in. Getting 2 more SCVs. Oh, for a Phoenix, though. That's pick up here from the Terran. Gets a Phoenix. Army rotates over. To the 3rd. Colossus production has begun. At least BabyMarine already has Vikings because of the Phoenixes. That will help. He's trying to set up. More Zealots massing up. Zealot drop towards the natural. And he will collapse in. Yeah, tanks hit related to siege. Tank's gonna be going down. He gets 1, he gets 2. Can he get all 3? Not quite. But 2 tanks do fall. At the same time, War Prism is late to go into the natural. BabyMarine, he holds. He's going to be holding on. Harstem pulling back, getting a 5th. Now committing into the main. Does commit in. BabyMarine, he's going to be able to respond in time. And he should be able to hold on. Oh! Yeah, mine shot's going off. Production comes in. Prism goes down. BabyMarine, he shuts down the drop. And again, this was a little bit lackluster. Ideally, you do want to hit with 2 armies at the same time. You know, with your main force at the front, and then the backstab here into the natural, into the main. So, a little bit disjointed. That's what I was looking for. A little bit disjointed there from Harstem. Bleeding out the Phoenixes. Oh, that's going to be almost every Phoenix going down. Every Phoenix falls. Harstem slipping up a little bit here. And it's not like he was maxed out, freeing up supply. Like, no, not at all. Now without the Phoenixes, I mean, drop play is now viable here for BabyMarine. Limited anti-air. BabyMarine rotating over, forcing a recall. Well, he could actually dive on the Colossus. No shield battery. Yeah, no shield battery. First Colossus is going to go down. Massive pickup. He gets one. Doesn't quite get the other, but that was worth it for the Terran. Oh. As medevacs are under fire. And they're both going to go down. Not enough dead space. I would say still a worthwhile trade, though. Getting Colossus. Meanwhile, Harstem, he has maxed out. Or he's soon to max out, I should say. He's getting there. He's getting there. Going for a double War Prism? Okay. Let's go. I would imagine one to harass and one to reinforce. I would imagine. Don't open C2. Let's go. Double the Prism. Double the Micro. True. Let's go. As the goal base is being taken, BabyMarine, he's maxing out himself. Just dive in. Ghosts are exposed. Show CPs. EPs reconnect on the Stalkers. Second Prism has arrived. Just joining over the main army. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, headed towards the north. Stalkers, they dip in. So BabyMarine just biding his time, pushing forward. Snipes a Prism. Almost gets a Colossus. Almost. At the same time, War Prism slipping in between the bases, going for the main. Army dives in. But the Warp into the main base, it will complete. Will finish. The Prism got so low. And this drags quite a bit of army back home. It does distract. That's a massive Zealot army diving on the main army, diving on the main front line. Takes down the tanks. Gets one tank at least. But never mind, the Zealots, they melt. Oh my god. The Planetary holds on. BabyMarine, he defends. Cleans up the War Prism. Shuts down the Zealots. That was how many Zealots falling? 29! Oh my god. 29 Zealots, both War Prisms. Nice defense here by the Terran. He holds on. Takes the supply lead. And Harstem, he backs off. He's getting to Skytoss. Storm is on the way. Stargate. Fleet Beacon as well. He's trying to work towards Skytoss. Takes another expansion. BabyMarine going for the drop. He's going to be denied. Force to pick up. Defending back at home. He's still very much so in this. Carrier or Tempest production hasn't quite begun yet. Harstem pushing through the center. The army has not been scouted. Yeah, just now. BabyMarine out of position. He has to rotate. They'll say dive into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down. Not a bad trade here from the Protoss. And remember, he wants to clear up some supply to get into Skytoss. Doesn't want to lose too much. Has to back up. He gets 9 SCVs. Pushing further in. Massive EMP. Yeah, Harstem does overextend. Does have a storm behind this, but that's still a brutal loss for Harstem. Again, pushing up the ramp there was a bold move. And it didn't pay off. Massive EMP, and Harstem, he's in trouble. He's racing back home, throwing away more Immortals. Reset the Colossus count. There's no High Templar either. There's just one. Now, thankfully, the Zealot run-by is going to force back the army. And BabyMarine, he races back home. He had momentum, but he's forced back. Okay, the Terran has to race back home. Harstem, he has time, building up more Immortals. That was still an expensive loss for Harstem. As again, he's just buying time, sending out more Zealot run-bys, head up towards the south. Only a handful of reinforcements back at home. Once again, BabyMarine, he responds with his main army. He has to race back. And throughout all of this, Tempests are on the way. It's just all about buying time for Tempest. Tempests are building up. Expansion goes down. Massive pickup. Alongside 13 SCVs. Nicely done here by Harstem. Storm going up as well. That was the only storm though. And BabyMarine, he's done waiting. He's done defending. Doesn't quite commit though. Again, there's just a wall of cannons and shield batteries. Jesus. Pushing up this ramp is not going to be easy. BabyMarine backs up. Harstem taking more bases, more expansions, up to 102 probes. Jeez, I feel like that's hurting Harstem more than anything. 102 workers. He's crazy. Calm down. EMP's popping up. Nice snipes here on the Ghost. Gets one, gets two, gets three. Three Ghosts go down. A very nice control here by Harstem. And BabyMarine, he doesn't really have a bank to work with. He needs a base. He needs an economy. Does need another expansion. Harstem does threaten the storm. Nice snipe on the High Templar. Snipe by the Terran. Tempests are revealed. And he cannot dive in. He cannot punish this. The Tempests are protected. And Harstem, he's back in the driver's seat. BabyMarine coming in from behind. Not quite. Never mind. Going for a counterattack instead. Plenty of zealots though. Zips in. Nice kiting here against the army. Harstem rotates. Just rotate over. For the most part, as the northern base is going to fall, force a recall. And hopefully he doesn't recall. If he does recall the Immortals, the Immortals going to be going down. He only gets one though. Only one Immortal falls alongside 18 probes. It's okay, Harstem, he can afford to lose some workers. It's fine. He still has 87 workers. And he's still making more. He's crazy. All the probes. And BabyMarine, he's committed. Does catch out those Immortals. Where are the Zealots? There's no buffer. BabyMarine, he can chase this down. He could, but he does pull back. And not feeling too confident. Zealots are coming to reinforce. BabyMarine taking this slow. Bleeding out a lot of units though. And instead just going for a counterattack and going for the northern expansions. Natural's going to go down. And BabyMarine, he's trying to just go for a base trade instead. He's trying to. Another flanking storm goes off. Massive connection. And BabyMarine, this is the final army. I mean, he's running out of steam. Running out of units. Fully behind in supply. Let's get some probes. But again, he's out of minerals, he's out of gas. At least BabyMarine, he has established a goal base. True, that's keeping him going just barely. Just barely kept going. But Harstem's maxed. Still maxed out. He can shut down what little is left here of the army with purely Tempest. Same time, BabyMarine trying to break out. Harstem's all over this. Going for the Ghost. Does snipe. Yeah, BabyMarine just cannot keep up. Not anymore. GG gets called, and Harstem, he will take the series 2-1. It will take down BabyMarine. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. A rollercoaster ride of emotions here. Harstem in general was looking solid in this series, but there were a couple of key moments where he did slip up, where BabyMarine was able to punish. Whether it was losing High Templar, losing Immortals, losing Colossus. BabyMarine, he was so opportunistic, able to just catch those units whenever he saw possible. able to punish Harstem. In this game, though, I do think that he was maybe a little bit too passive at times, just because Harstem was getting away with so many bases and so much economy. That's kind of one of the difficult things here about El Dorado, is that if you do expand in different locations and different areas, it can be quite difficult to rotate between them and try to harass across the map and try to commit to those big fights. We saw that for the most part, BabyMarine, he wasn't really able to move out past the halfway mark. Did harass, of course, with some drop play, but his main army was, for the most part, stuck at home. Was stuck at home. And with that, GG. GG, well played, Harstem. He will take the series. And now we're getting ready for round 4. For the 4th round of the group. Let's catch up on the bracket. Let's catch up here with Wikipedia. As we switch our scenes over,